Hello, this is Jamie with Creations Misfit, and today I'm going to show you how to make a quick and easy little sun applique. So I did a yellow one and then also a yellow with some orange. You can use whatever colors you'd like, or whatever size yarn, really, whatever size yarn or yarn needle that you'd like. But for today, I'm going to use a size 4 yarn. This is just a big twist yellow yarn, and I'm going to use a 4mm hook, and that will make approximately this size, which is, I don't know, about maybe 2 inches across. All right, so what you'll need today besides the yarn hook and yarn itself is a pair of scissors and a yarn needle to sew in your ends. So let's go ahead and get started. This is really simple. It works up quickly, and you could use it for bags or hats, or even just to give somebody, to cheer up their day. I do a lot of like random acts of crochet kindness where you just leave things in a bag somewhere, and I like to leave these sometimes. All right, to start out, we are going to do, let me zoom in just a little bit. We're going to do a magic circle, and if you're unfamiliar with that or uncomfortable with it, I could just show you quickly how I do mine. I do have a video for a longer video. If you need some more time, I'll put a little card up here you can click on, learn the magic circle, and come back. But it's really simple. This is the way I do it. And I know there are some harder ways. I used to hate it. I love this way. So let's go ahead and get started with this. So just put the yarn over your 3 fingers and hold it down. And then I turn it and make an X in the back over my fingers. And then you're just going to go underneath this first bit here and over this one and pull up. You kind of like pull up and twist. And that's your magic circle right there. But we are going to chain 1. So I just do the chain 1 while it's on my fingers, which you just go underneath this yarn here and do your chain. And that way it's just secures it a little bit more before you pull it off your fingers. And there you have your magic circle. So you can pull this to make it a little bit tighter. And if you really don't feel comfortable with that, you can just chain 3 or chain 4 and slip stitch to the first chain, and then you'll have a circle to work in. All right, so to get started, we are going to do 10 single crochet inside this circle. Okay, so we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then you'll want to pull your circle all the way closed. Tightly close that. Sorry if you hear a drill or something, they're doing some work around here. And then we are going to slip stitch the very first single crochet that we made. And if you need to count your stitches around, that's fine. I can see where my first one is here, and we're going to do a slip stitch. Okay, we have a little circle there. So for round 2, we're going to chain up 1, and we're going to do 2 single crochet in every stitch around. So we're just doing an increase round. And I don't start with the one where my chain is. I start with this next one here, and we're going to do 2 single crochet there into that same stitch, and we'll do 2 in every stitch around for a total of 20 stitches. I just want to say too, thank you so much for being here. If you're not familiar with my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. I have a lot of different pattern tutorials, stitch tutorials, yarn hauls, all kinds of stuff. So if you'd like to stick around and subscribe, I would love to have you. And if you have any suggestions for things to make, I'm always, I have a lot of ideas, but I'm always willing to take suggestions too. All right, let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I think that's 20. Okay, so we are going to then slip stitch to the very first stitch that we made. Okay. Okay, sorry, I had to just count because I was like 1 off, and I wasn't sure where I was at. Okay, so from here, if you want to do the rays in a different color, you can just fasten off here and attach a new color. I'm just going to do everything in yellow for the ease of the video. So for our third and final round, we are going to chain up 3, and we're going to slip stitch into the second chain from the hook. So not this very first one here, but the second one, we're going to do a slip stitch. Maybe. Okay, and then in the third chain, or the very first chain that we made, we're going to do a half double crochet. So the one right below this, do a half double crochet into that chain. And then we're going to slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. So we'll do a slip stitch here, and a slip stitch into the next one. And that makes your first little sun ray. And we're just going to repeat that 9 more times so that we have 10 altogether. So we'll do chain up 3, slip stitch into the second chain from the hook, and then half double crochet into the next chain. Okay, and then you'll slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. And that is our repeat pattern around. So I'll go ahead and do mine off camera. You can pause the video and do yours, and you'll have 10 total, and I'll meet you back at the very end. Okay, I've come around to the end, and I just want to show you when you get to the end and you have to do 2 more slip stitches, you're going to slip stitch here, and then you'll just slip stitch into that next one there. If you don't really see where that's at, or you have to go into this ray, that's okay. You can do that. I know everybody's is a little bit different the way that we slip stitch, so like slip stitch at the beginning. So wherever you can get into that last one, and then you'll just cut your yarn and you'll weave in your ends, but there's your little sun applique. So I hope this was easy enough for you and that you enjoyed it. If you could like the video and leave a comment below, I'd love to hear from you and how it worked out for you. And like I said, I have a lot of other videos. If you'd like to subscribe, I have tons of tutorials, pattern videos, stitch videos, and you can also find me at Creations Misfit on YouTube, or this is YouTube, on Instagram and TikTok. But I'd love to hear how this worked out for you. So please leave a comment, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a sunshine day. Thanks. Bye-bye.